At the time when I worked very hard on the problem of King Crimson's role in what happened in the 80s, and the blackout was silence drowned the screams. It was something Martin Gellhorn said I had a great sense of urgency about. It's been whittled down now, from belabored tedium of watching them succeed. It's like the bombing of Gaza. It's not that I've ever broken contact with Gaza. I still follow very closely what's going on with remorse and horror. But I was defeated by the queer community who wanted no part of an investigation into what was being done to them for reasons of peculiarity. They used to call slavery a peculiar institution. We've had other peculiarities in American history. That's one of them. The queer blackout, the stonewall against any form of investigation. But I annotated Schizoid Man by King Crimson, for example, and showed that I had drawn a picture of the cartoon on the cover when I had been taught about Yad Vashem by the Watt makers. And so it makes a reference to the Promised Land. And Greg Carl, who was in the Gutter Snipe gang with the Watt makers, who played the record for me, said the forensic, the dialectic is established at the outset between paranoia and poison. It's just the lyric as it goes. McGarvey, who was in the Gutter Snipes, who knew Zell from Mount Desert Island. I think he's the one who gave me Critical Path, McGarvey, by Mr. Fuller. Zell was in Gurdjieff Society from Mount Desert Island. Jackson Immuno Society for Human Ecology, and Sean Stockwell. Wow, Richard Borden, I guess, was in one of the guys' names. Lisa Cassidy in that mob. Summer job environment. McGarvey had a pigment and figment dialectic. He used to talk about pigment and figment. And then his brother said we put the persona in a gaseous paint chamber. Now, Patty Murray, the senator for Washington, was carping about, oh, they can kill women. They put language that makes it legal to kill women to punish abortion. Well, that's what they were doing. They were laughing about putting me in a gaseous paint chamber. And so that wasn't evidence. And there's a reference to Death Seed. And Gail Burstyn's on the cover of one of his records, Fripp's records from 1979. And Gail Burston, Mesmer. So aside from all that, there's the problem of what they pulled with Leslie Katz. Now, this is where my position has been sort of staked out as a SmackDown item, I guess is the way they call it. I just point out that Fripp has said that he's incredibly honest, daring do when it comes to honesty. like the dude who he Smuggy, that Claymont, the Gurdjieff guy from Idiots in Paris, Pierre Elliott. I asked him, what does it mean to lie? And he says, how much more interesting does it mean to not lie? And Zell's Decoy Hadarussi says, oh, he mongered some elastic, supra inversion to conjure the idea of Jimmy's ingenuity, like giving the postcard back, meaning spiritual mastery or some stupidity like this, to poison the nature of my question is inherently deceptive. Trying to make myself look honest or something. This is the level that they operate on. That's my point. He makes himself out to be super honest and then pretends he didn't see the letters. Pretends that Ian Whitemaker wasn't a neuropsychiatrist. Pretends that he didn't know Bernard was in Attica State Prison psychiatrist. Pretends that he didn't know I was a battered 9-year-old. Pretends that they didn't know that Leslie's virginity was proof that I had been a kind and gentle boyfriend. Pretends all this stuff and then says the nerve agent was a plastic explosive that was built in because of the liberal belief that there's no Jesus or something like this. And Lord Mount Desert Island to observation it with Peep as they blow up laboratories and boats and then say they're the navigators of the world's distress, getting them over Clint's hurdle. Oh, seriously. They had to wild the line in the sand of Jimmy's obsession that he hitchhiked to St. Louis just there for play was for that he wanted some. And they announced a big fight. God. As a friend of Bowie, he's always had a reputation for having this very special sense of humor. He's like Azazello in Master and Margarita. Getting the better of my mirth. They knew that there was a neuroplasm and they knew that I didn't know. And they're just cold-blooded liars masquerading as having a plausible story to explain that they were scaring Jimmy straight at an experienced park. And so it doesn't matter what you proved about what Zell was saying and when queer ball. To the back of the line because them's the rules.